Malika. I'm the co-founder of Textured Roots, and this is my husband.
This is Ibrahim. Yep, I'm the other co-founder of Textured Roots as well.
And we basically make stationery and paper products, notebooks, planners. Yeah, and I'm like the creative one, and
logistics and whatnot.
Well, we need a So before we get started into more about Textured Roots and what it stands for, I'm going to do some fireside questions. So the first one, what do you both prefer, beach holiday or a city break?
Beach.
Okay, so when it's date night, what do you prefer, to have a nice posh meal out or a nice takeaway and candlelight at home?
Oh, I think
it's tough. I think now I definitely want to dine out.
Yeah.
But I think maybe before, maybe a night in.
I think a night out, but not posh.
Okay.
Like none of these small food portions. Like a night out with takeaway size portions. That's
okay.
Proper.
Okay, so what do you prefer, London or the West Midlands?
What
I know.
you're doing?
Well, I'm a Brummy girl, 0121, so
London for me, from London, so London.
Okay. This is one more for you, Malika. Big chop or transition?
Oh, I'd say transition, because that's what I did basically. Yeah, transition, but I respect anyone that does big chop, and I think it looks amazing. I just don't think I had the confidence to do that.
Okay, cool. And tell us a little bit more about, because you started locking your hair recently, didn't you? So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I started my locks just under 2 years ago, and before that I was a loose natural, and you know, it's been an amazing journey.
The first Saturday of every month is Black Pound Day, which is a fantastic initiative where people are encouraged to shop with Black-owned businesses, specifically on that day. What does Black Pound Day mean to you?
For me, it means change. I think it's been a long time coming, and I'm just glad that there was actually something, an initiative in place to drive that change within the community, to really promote supporting each other as a community.
Yeah, and for me, it's the same really. I think it's really good in terms of progress for the community. I think it's really good to try and keep the pound, essentially the Black pound, within the Black community for as long as possible. And that's, for me, something that will generate a really big change moving forward for our community. So I think it's essential that we can try and put the triggers in place to keep that practice going, not only just on that first Saturday of every month, but throughout the year. And
for us, when we created it, we spent a long time coming up with the name of our brand, and I think it says it all. It's all about being authentic and empowering people to be their most authentic selves, whilst, you know, acknowledging the differences in different people, the different textures of different people and their characters, but that we all want to grow and be the best that we can be, but be ourselves. And that's what we're really, you know, really about.
Yeah, I think, yeah, authenticity is the key to Textured Roots. And that is something that we really wanted to come through when it came to creating our product catalogue and our future product catalogue. That whenever anyone looks at it in the future and looks back at what Textured Roots is, they can feel like they can be whoever they are when picking it up, and whoever they give it to, they can have that same experience as well. So it's all about authenticity. That's our legacy.
So how would you describe Textured Roots in 3 words?
Ooh, authentic.
That's number 1.
Empowering.
Yeah.
And goal orientated.
Yeah. Goal getting. Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the design and the process? Because I remember when we first spoke, when you were pre-launching, you told me about like the whole journey. So how did you come up with designing it and bringing it from concept to it being live?
Oh, it was a long process. It was a long process. The type of person that I am, like things just come to me at different points of the day, and I literally just have to capture it somewhere. And when it came to my hair journey, I was struggling with a space to do just that. And I found myself stumbling and just not having that space. So I thought, I need to create something. And because of my career background, planning, organisation, notebooks, that kind of thing was already a part of me. So I kind of took inspiration from the products I was already using, but wanting to create something, you know, that encompassed it all. So it was down to drawing pictures on A4 pieces of paper, to typing things up in Microsoft Word, to drawing little images and sending you like little pictures on WhatsApp, and just putting it all together. And then in the end, I pulled it all together in a big Word document, which wasn't anything pretty. And luckily we got in contact with your friend who is a graphic designer, and just talked through what we wanted to achieve, you know, that authenticity, the empowerment coming through, the structure and the organisation. And he just got the vision, and he got what we were trying to do. And then we just worked through various versions of the natural hair planner. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, once we got past the initial concept of it, it became quite quick to put it together into an actual product. And then Ibs then worked on doing all the fun stuff of sourcing the actual products.
From there, it was just the sourcing process and, you know, sourcing supply and all of these different things. And then we just really worked on the marketing and everything going forward. So I think in reality, it was a big, long process. But I think the main hard work came before when Malika was putting together the actual content of the planner itself, ensuring that we are getting the key information into it, that all of the black sisters that will be using it will need. And essentially what we'll get from there is that we've got the planner as it is today. And, you know, fortunately my friend who's a graphic designer, as Malika said, he got it straight off the back really, and he brought it to life really in terms of what's inside there. And it's just really just created a great product. So that's the history, I would say.
And it was just little nuances of, for example, there's a section on hair texture, and the detail that went into making sure that the coils looked like afro hair texture coils and not just squiggles of the pieces of paper. That's the detail that went into the planning of the natural hair planner.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's practical, but can you show us a little bit of the planner?
Well, sure, yeah. So this is the front cover.
So it's a different size. Is that, what size is that? Is that A3? This
is A5, yeah. So the pages inside are A5, so it's slightly bigger than A5, but yeah, this is what they call A5. And it's a 6-ring binder, and it's faux leather and hand stitched all the way around. And you've got your gold detailing. And then as you go through, this is all the pages that were like individually designed. So this is the page that I was talking about before. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see.
And we start off with the kind of hair education, and it was down to the detail of the inside of the African inspired designs that we kind of worked on together. And we really wanted to kick off with education, because like I said, on my hair journey, I didn't know what I was doing. So being able to find that information and pass it on was really important to us. So you know, down to the design of making it really simple and coming up with key tips, the images of the texture of the afro, and how your hair kind of differs versus when it's in its shrunken state versus when it's straightened. So you can build up a bit of a hair profile about yourself. And then this is where I kind of, like I said, my planning and corporate experience came in terms of giving tips on how to set an actionable goal for your hair.
To join the Popp Christmas market.
Oh,
okay, yeah. Okay. I like hip hop to start, and I think that's a start. But I think it's a good marketplace for for all of us to come together and really talk about, you know, afro, curly, textured hair, etc. And I think that's a real driver to as a marketplace for where our product, like the natural hair planner, can sit. And I think that in itself is something whereby we can see if anyone is looking for trying to go through their natural hair journey, the product is perfect for that. So if those people are coming into the marketplace and looking for you know, natural hair tips, natural hair products, etc., that will help them on their journey, the natural hair planner is a good item to help them go through that as well, based on everything that we've just talked about with regards to planning tips and education, etc. So I think the Hip Hop Christmas Market is a really good initiative. I think it's a good place for us to be.
I think for me, like, we've been in lockdown and it's really hard to kind of convey that buzz of coming together as a community and seeing that. And I think you've done that amazingly with Hair Popp and the Christmas market. You can feel that it's going to be a really good event, and the fact that it's not just about products, it's informational as well. You know, there's information about for young girls that will be there, you know, for everyone. There's also the fact that you can do different exercises and yoga and things. And I think it's all encompassing, and it's just a great place for the Black community to come together. So, you know, it just makes sense for us to be a part of it. Like, why wouldn't we?
So much. So glad to have you as part of this. And can you just let everyone know where to find you?
Sure, so you can find us at 𝗪𝗓𝗡𝗔_stationery on Instagram and Facebook, and our website is 𝗪𝗓𝗡𝗔𝗟.co.uk.